Okay guys, so due to the popular demand, I'm gonna do a review on my 2013 Adventure Island. And I picked this up used about 1 month ago. I've taken this thing out maybe 4 or 5 times, and it's an absolute dream. It's a little bit harder to get out on the water, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I'm getting quicker and quicker every time. In kayaking, you want to simplify what you bring out. It just makes it easier to go out fishing, and it's a lot safer. So this boat is 16 feet long, which is 4 feet longer than my other boat. You notice the length when you're carrying the thing, but when you're on the water, it tracks so well. Tracking means when you're paddling that it keeps going straight. So because it has better tracking, it's a little easier to paddle, as well as once you get going, it keeps you going easier. The front end really cuts through waves really well. It's skinny. So the body is very similar to a Revo, except it's 2 feet longer. I'm not sure if that makes it faster or not. We'll test it out without the AMAs one day. So this boat has a sail kit as well. When you're buying these, you want to make sure that all these balls are still in here, because when they get worn out, they sometimes get loose and they can come out, and maybe you'll find some down there. You want to check to make sure that there's no rust down there. As far as the body of the kayak, it's almost brand new. There's definitely little scratches here and there, as well as some visual kind of staining, but no sun warping or discoloration from the sun. So I replaced all the mesh bags, so they're nice and tight now, brand new. These latches are really nice still. I just lubricated them, but I went crabbing recently, so there's a little bit of sand in here. But you basically twist this and then push down, and these hatches are still really sealed well. Cup holder, cup holder, cup holder. Jeez, right? And then like a paddle holder. Paddle holder. All the arms are nice, no rust. Lots of bungees so you can tie crab traps down. Put a cooler back here. More hatch space. check out this rudder, guys. James Mee says that if you don't have your AMAs on and you're going full speed and you turn right away, it'll flip your kayak. Little rudder saver, as well as a red flag, because this sticks out the bed of my truck like 4 feet. But this kayak is a dream. When you're out on the water, it feels like you're driving like a brand new sports car or something. So even more front storage space here in the front. It seals really good because I lubricated it. And I put a couple blocks of styrofoam in here, some noodles. I put some in the middle and in the back too. If I deflated my wheels a little bit, I could almost stick my wheels in there. Camping gear, food, water, fishing tackle, fish bag. It came with the older style Mirage drive, not the 180, but it's still the turbo with the turbo fins. The old style sit inside kayak seat, but it has lumbar support, 2 sets of AMAs with 2 trampolines. I have 2 of the AMAs, and this is made of the same material as the kayak, extremely strong. These AMAs aren't like an add-on or anything. They're actually made with the kayak. They're designed together, so it just works great together. And as far as the fishing gear that I use, I try to simplify everything. I use a rubber net, small rubber net for smaller keepers and fish that I want to release, as well as a gaff for something bigger. During salmon season, I use a bigger net. So as far as the tools that I use fish grips, fish bonker, a ruler. This is called the fish stick. And something to hold my fish or crab in, which is a bag or a stringer. Make sure that you tie or leash down your stringer. Using a carbon fiber paddle is definitely worth it for me. Because it's so light, you can just paddle all day long. It's similar to getting lighter rims on your car. It makes a huge difference. And as far as my go-to fishing rod, this is kind of like Moomoo's Travala setup, but this is my Daiwa Saltus setup. Both the rod and reel are Daiwa Saltus. And this is the 6'6" medium action. So this rod has a really nice soft tip, but the backbone is really nice. It could pull up some nice big lingcods and halibut. This is my go-to halibut setup, as well as my go-to rockfish, and pretty much everything but salmon from a kayak. And you don't have to get a 2-speed, but this is the Daiwa Saltus 2-speed. And to me, this is your best bang for your buck 2-speed reel. Now this reel can go down to Southern California and catch yellowtail tuna, those smaller schooly bluefin tunas and yellowfin tunas. It has that 2-speed mechanism so that you can really put it into low gear and winch those tunas up. I also like the low gear for big halibut or rock fishing. For things like salmon fishing, which this reel is absolutely perfect for salmon fishing, you want to keep it in high gear. When you first get that bite in tuna fishing, you want to keep it in high gear because those suckers are going to run at you. With salmon fishing, when you have those barbless hooks and they run at you, you want to have a really high speed reel to get that slack out, or else that hook's going to pop out. So real quick, I want to show you how fast it is to put on your AMA. And it looks really complicated and like this is a really big boat that takes a long time, but it actually doesn't. So these arms are specific left and right. So these are the right side and this is the left side. So the side with the tarp for me goes in here. So these AMAs, they are as simple as just clicking them in, and this arm goes into here. Like that. And so this arm is in, but it's swinging freely. So then I come over here. Okay. Both these AMAs are universal, so it doesn't really matter which one you grab. It just matters which direction they're pointing. So this is the back, and this is the front. And the front's kind of more sharp to cut the wave more. You could tell this is the back. So it's as easy as putting this in this little hole here, pulling the bungee up and putting it on that little cleat. Pretty cool. So when the tarp is in like this, you can paddle on both sides. This just adds the stability. No extra cargo space or anything. You could still use these arms. Like I put these little star ports on so I can put my camera in there. And it's smart to put the tarp in when you're launching or landing. But it just has these two little bungees that are attached with these little hooks. And then you just roll it out. Oh yeah, I forgot. So before you put the tarp on, there's this little arm here. So this arm is attached here to secure the AMAs from swaying left and right. So this comes over like this and attaches to this little cleat. You push this in to open it, push it down, make sure it's locked. So now the AMAs are secured and won't go forward and back. So that's what the straps look like, and they're plastic. A lot of people upgrade them to metal clips, which just makes the tarp a little tighter and it's not as wet of a ride. So if you had kids or a wife, a smaller friend, they could definitely go on one of these trampolines. It'd be a wetter ride, but it'd still be nice. So the way the rudder works on my kayak is this is down. So you pull this down to make it go down, and then you use these teeth here to cleat it. You gotta make sure to uncleat it here for the up. Like that, and let it go down. But since we're on land, I don't want to do that. So then I just cleat it, wrap it up in my hand, and just tuck it in this pocket like that. So I'm gonna work on practicing sailing. I went sailing when I was a kid every summer, but it's been a long time since then. Right now I'm just trying to get a hang of the boat, catch some fish on it, get used to the Mirage drive. I hope this inspires you to upgrade your boat or get into kayaking. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.